out there. I'm going to put a series of videos together over the next few weeks. It's going to give you a range of tips to help you start from scratch again. If you're in an avenue with your game that you're not sure how to get out of, here's a few tips just to try and go back to the drawing board, go back to the basics. It's going to help you start from scratch and improve your golf and improve your consistency. Guys, a good golf swing starts with a good grip, okay? That is not really exciting to talk about from you guys watching, but it's really important. It's the only communication we have with the golf club. So, what I mean by this only communication, anything our hands do affects the dynamics of the club face. So tip number one, what we need to do is we need to grip the club correctly. What I mean by gripping it correctly, obviously everyone's hand size is different, but it's gripping it in a comfortable manner that you feel comfortable. So what you need to do is get the club, so take your lead hand off the club, get the club in the fingers. So from this position, if I was to do that down the line, again, so right diagonal through the forefinger, all the way down, then the heel pad goes on top of the grip. So the heel pad goes on top of the grip, club through the fingers, almost through that line. Apply the left hand on the club, left hand should go on the club, but what I like to see is I like to see a couple of knuckles on this left hand, 2 to 3 knuckles. That'll help you strengthen the grip slightly. A lot of golfers struggle with an open club face, so the stronger grip is going to help you close the club face and help you get a little bit more compression. The thumb, so the left thumb goes directly down the right hand side of the grip. So diagonal, this V that I create with my lead hand points towards my right shoulder. So that's a strong grip. So what we do now is we place the right hand on. So the right hand is really important. The right hand basically goes on top of the left hand, so lay on top of the grip. So the right thumb should cover the left thumb. So once you've got in that position, once the right hand's applied to the golf grip, then what happens is, I see a lot of golfers who get into a position where, see this left thumb, we want to keep this left thumb really short. See a lot of golfers who extend it too much, meaning that they straighten it out, which is going to affect the position of the club at the top of the backswing. So if I was to keep that thumb nice and short, it's basically like a break for the club to stop continuing on. But if you have a weak grip, so what I mean by a weak grip, where the club's through the palm, 90% of golfers place the club through the palm, through this position, so the palm almost diagonal through that position, and what that does is it gets the left thumb pointing down the left hand side of the grip, and that's going to affect that opening the club face on the way through. So what you need to feel like you're doing is, obviously the consequences of a palmy grip are lack of leverage, lack of speed and lack of compression. That's the kind of 3 main faults, and it also can affect strike. But let's go back to simplistic terms. So left hand on club, we want to keep the left thumb nice and short. We don't want it to straighten out too much, extend it, keep the left thumb short. From there we put the right hand on the club. Same with the right thumb. The right thumb has to stay nice and short towards obviously the V, so we create that V. Right thumb stays nice short, don't extend it too much. The consequences of extending this right thumb too much, if you were to get to the top of the backswing, a lot of swings are really long because this right thumb gets too straight, so it gets too extended. From there, then the club's going to continue, at least if you've got this right thumb nice and short, it's going to create a break, which is going to stop the club from continuing all the way through to the top. That's going to create a break, the arms aren't going to continue going through, so keep the thumb nice and short. From there, as we come back down at impact, that angle is maintained, so left hand on club, right thumb down the grip, right thumb on the grip. From there we get to the top of the backswing, and as we come back down at impact, that is going to maintain position. Number 3 is pressure. So see a lot of golfers who get into this, I mean this is different for everyone, but I see a lot of golfers who get into a position where they set up to the ball, and what happens is they've got too much pressure on their back foot. So we need, there's something called unweighting, and that's basically the weight transferring from one foot to the other. But what happens is if too many golfers set up with their weight too far behind the golf ball on their trail foot, and what happens from there is they don't have anything to start off with. Don't have like a gear to start in to push away from that. So what I mean by that is, if you start with more pressure on your left foot, that's going to give you an idea how much pressure you need to move back to hit the golf ball. If we get into a position where the weight's behind the golf ball, then that's going to create a lot of inconsistencies. The strike's going to be behind the golf ball, we're going to make contact with the ground. So we need to, it's called unweighting, so the weight goes from your left foot to start off with, so we maintain a bit more weight on our left foot, let's say 55% to 60% on our lead foot, and then 40 to 45 on the trail foot. That's going to help you create a bit more compression into the impact position, so weight has to go left. From there, it maintains that position, and as we get to the top of the backswing, we're maintaining that position all the way through. Weight still stays left, and then from there, we're hitting down more into the golf ball. The last thing you want to do is get weight on this back foot with an iron. Obviously the ball's in the middle of the stance, we're hitting iron, weight's left. But from there, feel the pressure in your lead leg. We take the club back, get into position, the weight still maintains there. This is going to help you shorten your backswing a little bit better. So obviously we've talked about grip, get to the top of the backswing, weight stays left. Then as we turn in, so turn in, the weight stays left, but weight still stays left as we get to the top of the backswing, and that's going to help you, allow you to return weight to your left foot, get your hands ahead of impact, which is going to affect the way you strike the golf ball more consistently. So any thoughts in that video, make sure that you focus on the grip. So the grip goes more through the fingers, right thumb goes on top, so think about that V you created with the left hand, 2 or 3 knuckles in the left hand, thumb goes down the right hand side, right hand's applied to the golf club. Keep the thumbs short, keep the thumbs nice and short, we don't want to extend them too much, which is going to create an overswing. So thumbs short, hands on club, grip it nice and lightly so you can feel the weight of the club. From there, we want to keep pressure slightly more forward as we're hitting golf ball. We don't want to get the pressure going too far back, which is going to affect low point, strike issues, and general a lot of inconsistency. So any thoughts on that video, make sure you subscribe to the channel, Jamie Allen Golf. Like the video, share the video out to your friends.